on the part of the public.
Okay, Senator, we're almost out of time, but I have two more topics I do want to touch on here. One, Racino, hot button topic next session to be sure. Would you support it?
I don't support it. I have not ever supported it, but that's not, it really has nothing to do with the Racino to me. It's more about gaming. When the state lottery was on the ballot in 1998, just as a private citizen, I voted against it. I don't believe the state should be in the gambling business. I think it sends a real poor message to young people that somehow you can buy a ticket and you can make it without having to work for it. So I just fundamentally believe that gaming should not be a venue that the state is involved in.
And of course, we also want to talk about the Vikings stadium. There have been some rumors that there could be a special session attached to a stadium bill. Would you support, first of all, a special session? And as a former chief author of a Viking stadium bill, would you support the bill? It's kind of a framework right now, but would you support it as it stands?
Well, I don't know exactly what it even looks like, because I think what's kind of interesting is when I was the author of the Vikings stadium bill in 2010, I had two different committee hearings in the Senate on it. We tried to kind of flush that issue out and see if we could get some public input and find people's best ideas. The Republican majority, since they took over the legislature, they talk about a bill, but the truth is, neither in the House or the Senate have they had a hearing on anything. So we're not making very good headway. I actually put a call into the governor's office last week and suggested that the governor have the 4 legislative leaders into his office and just have a sit down about, are we going to do this or not? I do think the owners of the Vikings are getting very impatient. They've done, I think, what the Republican majority in the legislature has asked them to do. They were asked to do a number of things. One was go out and find a site.
Right.
And they did. They settled on Arden Hills. They found a county board that supports them. They were told, well, you know, you're going to have to put $400 million into the project. They've done that. That Arden Hills site, the Vikings are going to put $400 million into that project. That is a bigger percentage of the project than the Pohlad family put into Target Field for the Twins. So I think they're getting frustrated. They're doing what they're told they should go and do. Go out and find a local partner. They did. They found Ramsey County. And still no response on the part of the legislature, not even one committee hearing. So I understand their frustration. So I just do think that the governor's got to get the leaders in, put the issue on the table, and say, you know, what are the obstacles and can we get there? And if we can't, then let's just tell the public. And let's tell the owners that, no, we can't figure out how to get there. I think if you wait until after the November forecast and the state has what's likely to be another budget deficit, I think that makes getting the stadium issue on the front burner even more difficult.
So what does your gut tell you at this point, being somebody who's been so close to this issue for so long?
I think unless we see more leadership out of the Republican majorities, and there's little I can do being in the minority except to try and encourage people to sit down at the table and try to figure this out. Absent the Republican majorities taking a larger role, and there's some risk in this because it's not popular, and the whole professional sports model is broken nationally. All across the country, there's some kind of public financing that goes into stadium construction. So the business model's broken. I don't believe we're going to fix it in Minnesota. I think the question is whether we kind of want to suck it up and just admit that the state's going to have to participate along with the county and the owner to build a good multi-use facility. And I do think if the Vikings leave, there are a lot of Minnesotans going to be very, very disappointed.
Okay, on that note, Senator Tom Bakk, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate your time as always.
Thank you.